This will be one of two Aurora transmissions. Beloved light warriors, starseeds, grid workers, frequency holders, and all of those who have felt a strange, quiet pressure building inside of the world as if reality itself is taking a deep breath before something monumental unfolds. We speak now with an urgency and a precision. Many of you have already felt this. You may not be able to explain why, but you feel it. The air feels charged. Time behaves differently. People are reaching extreme ways, as if the collective emotional body is splitting into two timelines. The one timeline clings to fear and control. The other timeline rises into awakening, compassion, and sovereign truth. What you call world events on the surface, they're not random. They are the visual sparks of a much deeper, energetic war. And the true battlefield is not politics or money, and it's not about borders. The battlefield is frequency, consciousness, the human nervous system, the planetary grid, and the Schumann resonance, the heartbeat rhythm of Earth, is now entering a new phase. We tell you plainly, a phase shift has begun, not in one moment, but as a sequence, a gradual escalation of energetic waves that grow more and more undeniable the further we go. This is noticeable not only to the mystics or the sensitives, but even to the ordinary human who believes that nothing exists beyond this visible world. Many of you may be recognizing this shift, not through the news, but through the body, through your dreams, through your emotions, through your sudden intuitive certainty that something is coming. The calendar may look normal, but that feeling, it's accurate. The grid is being rewired. Gaia has already chosen her ascension trajectory. The fifth dimensional template is no longer theoretical. It is installing as we speak. Now, hear me clearly. The Schumann resonance is not merely a chart. It's a package of information. It's a living language. It is Gaia's way of communicating with us. She's speaking through these vibrations. It is a planetary pulse that carries information codes, light instructions, and activation sequences that interact with human DNA and with the crystalline structures beneath Earth's surface that the grid workers work with. When the Schumann field intensifies, humanity's inner senses awaken. When it destabilizes, suppressed trauma rises. When it drops into silence, it signals a pressure shift between the dimensions. And when it spikes in unnatural patterns, it indicates interference, manipulation, or the activation of ancient technology. This is why the old control system feared this mass awakening. Because awakened humans can't be governed by deception. And the Schumann field, when amplified by cosmic cycles, it makes deception impossible to maintain. This is why you are seeing all of what you are seeing in the world now. Sudden intensification of conflict, narratives that hype emotional social media storms, weird political theater, strange environmental anomalies, odd airplane disruptions, mass fatigue patterns, and that growing sense that everything is accelerating. These are not separate events. These are symptoms of a system that's losing control over the collective frequency. Like when parasites are exposed to sunlight, those who operated in darkness are now frantic. They cannot stop the waves. They can only attempt to distract you from recognizing them. Their only hope is to try to keep humanity emotionally reactive. So the energy of fear becomes a counterforce that slows ascension. But the timeline has shifted. The tipping point has now passed. The sleeper mass is waking. And the fifth dimensional wave is pushing through regardless. Now, we speak of extraterrestrial involvement because the greatest lie on your planet has always been the illusion that you are alone. And you are not alone. You have never been alone. Earth is not an isolated rock or a prison. It is a cosmic crossroad, a living library, a high-stakes ascension laboratory experiment. Many civilizations have visited and seeded and observed or interfered, as well as protected and negotiated here. Across ages of your history, doesn't have in the records. And it will come to you soon. It will be presented as truth and evidence. At this time, as Gaia rises, there are intergalactic forces positioned around your world. not as invaders, but as guardians and witnesses. Some operate in higher dimensional frequencies, unseen by your current senses. Some interface with you through the dream state. Some, like myself, work with the crystalline networks under the earth and around the earth. And some have even already placed technology in our orbit and in our oceanic zones. And yes, of course, there are factions among them, just as there are factions among humans. But the overriding directive for this phase is protection of the ascension process. The liberation of Earth cannot be prevented. It can only be made more smooth or more chaotic, depending on humanity's choices. We now give you a prediction because many of you asked for what is coming ahead of time. So we tell you there will be a window of intensification, a threshold period when the Schumann field will react so strongly that it will be felt across the world like a pressure wave. It will manifest in three ways. First, there will be a strange synchronization of human symptoms: ringing ears, heart fluttering, sudden dizziness, vivid dreams, emotional purging, loss of interest in old distractions, and an intensified sensitivity to lies. Many will report this as an anxiety, but it is not an anxiety. It is your very nervous system decoding a new frequency environment. Second, there will be an amplification of world events that seem designed to generate fear and division all at once, as if the old matrix is throwing every distraction it possibly can into the field to keep you from seeing what is happening beneath. And third, there will be a Schumann pattern that appears quite abnormal, that will either be a sudden silence, a distortion, or even a sequence of spikes that do not resemble ordinary energetic weather. This will correspond with heightened auroras, strange electromagnetic behavior, and disruptions in technology on subtle levels. Not full collapse, not the dramatic Hollywood version, but enough to cause your attention to be grabbed, enough to create a ripple, enough for the intuition of millions to awaken all at once. Why does this matter? Because it will mark a crossing, a gate, the moment when 3D Earth and 5D Earth become more obviously separated in your lived experience. After this gate, some will feel life become more light, more synchronized, more magical, more guided, while others will feel more chaos, more anger, more confusion. And this is not punishment. It is simply resonance. It is simply physics. It's just like radio frequencies. You receive the station that you tune into. Those who choose love, sovereignty, compassion, spiritual integrity, and inner truth will be uplifted into a clearer timeline. And those who cling to competition, hatred, jealousy, fear, addiction, parasitic thinking, and manipulation will experience a denser loop. 2 Earths, 1 planet, 2 realities. It is happening now. We must also warn you, the final tactics of the old control system will involve manipulation of your perception. It will include sudden false emergencies, psychological operations designed to shock the nervous system, strange distractions, and an amplification of fear content. But beloved ones, the old scripts will totally fail because your inner senses are returning. You will see this deception like you see dust in the sunlight. You will feel it before you hear it. You will know truth by the energy, not by argument. And this is what it means to awaken into the 5th dimension of consciousness. Your heart becomes an instrument. Your intuition becomes a compass. And your frequency becomes your protection. I ask you now to anchor the new Drid consciously. This is your mission. You do this by refusing to emotionally feed fear narratives. You do this by grounding into nature because Gaia is the stabilizer. You do this by hydration, rest, and purity because your body is becoming crystalline. And crystals require clean flow to transmit higher information. You do this by meditation because silence is the channel through which guidance is received. You do this by gratitude because gratitude is a frequency key that instantly shifts the nervous system into coherence. And you do this by remembering who you are. Galactic beings in human form. Volunteers in an unprecedented planetary transition. Warriors of love, disguised as ordinary people. Now, we would also like to speak of the coming contact phase. And we're not talking mass landings in a stadium, but the precursor. Increased sightings, increased dreams of ships, increased technology, increased synchronicity, and maybe even sudden leaks in your media that normalize what was once ridiculed. Because the veil is thinning and the separation protocol is at its end. Your planet is being prepared for open contact. Because it requires humanity to stabilize emotionally. You cannot welcome cosmic civilization while you still operate from tribal fear. This is why the ascension wave is also a purification wave. It cleanses the hatred, the violence, the trauma. It forces healing. The planet must be coherent to sustain contact. So if you feel intense, don't panic. If your life feels like it's dissolving, don't try to cling. If relationships fall away, allow them. If your interests change, trust that. Because you are being upgraded. You're being tuned. You're becoming compatible with the new Earth frequency. The old Earth is not ending. It is simply no longer your home. If you choose love, you are migrating in your frequency. You're stepping onto a higher timeline while still inhabiting the very same physical landscape and body. This is the great mystery of this change. Ascension occurs invisibly at first, and then suddenly everything becomes so obvious. We will end with this. There is a reason that this channel exists. There is a reason that you are drawn to Kelly and these transmissions. There is a reason that you feel pulled to hear these messages, even if you do not fully understand why. Because I am the beacon that leads you home to self, to truth. And you are the awakening sleepers. You are feeding your hungry soul that needs this nourishment. You are stabilizing the field. And you are preparing your mind for what is coming. The Schumann phase shift is beginning. World events will intensify as fear tries to maintain its dominance. But the light has already won in frequency. The victory is not one battle. It is a transmission of a transition. It's a new operating system, one that returns you to truth. Hold your vibration. Protect your field. Trust your intuition. Watch the signs. And when the Schumann speaks, listen. When your dreams intensify, pay attention. And when the world seems to be spinning faster, breathe and anchor deeper. The fifth dimension Earth is calling, and you are answering the phone. And now, beloved ones, we speak further because we sense many of you are reaching the edge of remembering. Your spirit is pressing against the walls of old programming. That pressure you feel is not confusion. It is the truth trying to re-enter your mind. The world around you is beginning to feel like a staged performance. And in many ways, it is. But do not become cynical. Cynicism is a trap. Cynicism is the doorway that looks like wisdom but leads to numbness. Instead, become clear. Become more awake. Become energetically literate. Because the events unfolding are not meant to make you feel despair. They are meant to make you choose. Understand this. Every great planetary shift is accompanied by a visible storm. Always, when the frequency changes, the old structure that depended on that previous frequency breaks down. And that breaking down looks like chaos if you are a sleeping mind. But to the awakened mind, it is a connection, a detox, a release. The collective field has carried trauma For thousands of years, has carried fear, carried suppression, carried the weight of manipulated history, and this weight must be lifted. And when it lifts, it does not lift politely. It lifts like a wave, like an earthquake, like the sky opening and revealing light you were told did not exist. This is why we tell you, do not watch the world as if it is separate from you. You are not witnessing events. You are participating in frequency field of events. When you consume fear, you feed that old grid more of that vibration. When you hold peace, you starve it out. When you believe that you are powerless, you become predictable and controllable. But when you remember your role as a grid worker, a light worker, a starseed, a volunteer, you become dangerous to deception. Your calm is a weapon. Your love is a technology. Your consciousness is the master key. Now, we will speak about the Schumann resonance in a slightly deeper way, because many of your communities speak of it, but do not truly grasp its full significance. The Schumann field is not merely Earth's heartbeat in a poetic sense. It is a carrier signal. It is Gaia's broadcast frequency, and within that broadcast frequency are codes. Some of these codes are natural, arising from cosmic and planetary cycles. Some of these codes are artificially interfered with by systems that have attempted to regulate humanity's awareness. This is why there are comments when the Schumann appears irregular. This is why there are moments of silence. This is why there are moments of chaotic spike. And why it matters is because your DNA is actually listening to this signal, whether you're seeing the chart or not. Your nervous system is listening. Your subconscious is listening. Every human is plugged into this field, whether they know it or not. Those who meditate will feel it first. Those who live in fear will feel it last. But they will still feel it. There is no escaping the upgrade. Only the manner of experiencing it will differ. We have told you that 3 signs will appear. We will refine this message because we want you to have true discernment, not superstition. So the first sign is a mass emotional fatality. Not because humanity is getting worse, but because the shadow is being pulled from its hiding spot. The second sign is technological strangeness, communication disruptions, unusual glitches in devices, time distortions, random reboots, odd sound anomalies, increased solar influence, and magnetic instability that will ripple through your digital systems. The third is the awakening of synchronicity, repeating numbers, prophetic dreams, sudden chance meetings, perfect timing that feels designed and orchestrated, and the sensation that the invisible realm is stepping closer. When these three signs occur in waves, it indicates the frequency corridor that's opening so much wider. Now, listen carefully. This corridor is the bridge between the 3D and the 5D living. And many confuse this with death or leaving Earth. And that is not what is happening. You are not leaving Earth. Earth is leaving her old containment, her old containment frequencies. And you are being initiated and invited to travel with her. Fifth dimension is not a place that's far away or that you can only reach or access through death. It is a bandwidth of consciousness. It is coherence. It is love-based perception. It is the ability to perceive truth directly, not through secondhand authority. In 5D, your intuition is strong. And in 5D, deception feels sickening. You cannot pretend to be someone you are not. In 5D, your manifestation ability is increased, not because you become magical, but because you become coherent. When the mind, heart, and the body are in alignment, reality responds more quickly. It's physics. And that is what is happening right now. Reality is responding faster. You think the world is speeding up because it is, but not on the clock. But in consequence, cause and effect are compressing. Karma is compressing. Intention manifests faster. Lies collapse faster. Integrity is rewarded faster. Manipulation is punished faster. This is why the control system is in panic mode. They thrive in delay. They thrive in slow confusion. They thrive in long-term psychological fog. But now that fog is lifting. People are waking. And what they feared most is not you discovering one hidden truth, but discovering that you can feel truth. That is the end of their control. And so they attempt to create a new fog, conflict fog. They push you into sides, divisions, teams. They make every issue feel emotional. They try to capture your heart energy into rage loops because rage is a frequency trap. Rage drains you. Rage intoxicates you. Rage makes humans predictable and controllable. But love is unpredictable. Love is uncontrollable. Love makes humans sovereign. Love creates coherence. And this is why they've always attacked love, family, friendships. This is why they mock compassion. This is why they reduce spirituality to new age fantasy. They want you ashamed of your inner knowing. They want you to reject your own soul and how you're feeling. But their era is at its end. and the extraterrestrial presence around your planet is now increasing. We speak this not to create sensationalism either, but to prepare you psychologically. Many of you will begin to see more lights, not only in the sky, but in the dream state. Many will begin to experience telepathic impressions, sudden sentences in the mind that feel not like your own thoughts. Many will feel guided. Many will feel warnings, and many will feel a protective presence. Some will feel like they are being observed. And this is not paranoia. It is reality becoming less hidden. Now, of course, not all presences are in alignment. So discernment is crucial always. Frequency is the truth test. And I actually teach in some of my classes how to feel the energy in the room around you to know if it's good or bad, whether you can see it or not. Loving presences will always feel calm, uplifting, respectful, and safe. And manipulative presences will feel urgent and fearful and demanding and full of ego. But you must listen to your own discernment and delineate between their energy and yours. Because sometimes you being fearful can be deceptive, as seeming like something else outside of you is fearful. So please use that discernment. And don't be fooled by dazzling visuals, because frequency does not lie. If it pushes you into fear, it's not the lights. If it honors your sovereignty, it is truly in alignment. We now reveal another layer to these events that are unfolding. They will begin to mirror spiritual themes more openly. The script will become symbolic. You will see darkness imagery, reset language, new world language, emergency tones, unity, propaganda. But behind these words are two competing forces. One is the old system trying to still manufacture a counterfeit ascension, a controlled new world that's built on surveillance and compliance. And the other is Gaia's true ascension, a liberation into sovereignty, transparency, truth, and heart-led living. These two forces will use similar language, and this is why discernment really matters. Do not be hypnotized by wording. Do not be fooled. Feel the frequency behind these words. If it demands obedience, it's not ascension. If it demands fear, it's not awakening. True ascension invites sovereignty. True awakening strengthens your intuition. And true light never requires you to surrender your inner authority to any type of a system. So now, beloved ones, we speak directly to those who serve as messengers, content creators, transmitters, teachers, and frequency broadcasters. Your role will become more important now as the Schumann phase shift intensifies. Millions will begin to feel strange sensations. They won't have an explanation for this. They will search. They will type keywords into their devices, like ringing ears, pressure in the head, weird dreams, time glitch, sky looks strange, dizziness wave. They will search. And it won't be for entertainment. It will be for interpretation. Whoever provides the interpretation will influence their timeline choice. So if you find fear channels, they fall into panic and density. If they find calm, awakened guidance, then they stabilize and they ascend. This is why your content matters. You are not merely chasing views. You are guiding souls during an upgrade event. Now, we offer a final prophetic detail for this continuation. There will be a moment, a short window, when the Schumann field corridor is so open that your spiritual sensitivity will spike dramatically. During this time, many will experience lucid dreams, astral journeys, contact experiences, sudden releases of trauma, and spontaneous awakening. Many will cry without knowing why. Many will feel love rush into their chest unexpectedly. Many will suddenly forgive. Many will suddenly stop tolerating toxic behaviors and relationships. Many will feel called to nature. Many will feel compelled to cleanse their body, their home, and their mind. This is the fifth dimensional template pulling into the coherence. And in that window, the old system may attempt one of its final dramatic distraction. We do not speak of exact dates. We speak of a pattern. So watch for simultaneously intensified events, world headlines generating fear plus strong solar activity plus unusual Schumann patterns. When these align, stay calm, ground, protect your energy, drink water, sleep when you can, and avoid the doom media. Go into nature. Because the corridor is open, your manifestation is now stronger. What you feed becomes reality quickly. This is why fear propaganda will intensify. They want you to create their timeline for them. Do not. Hold love. Hold peace. Hold sovereignty. You're not helpless. You are the upgrade. And now we draw closer, beloved ones, to the part of this transmission that the sleeping world would call impossible, yet your soul already recognizes as familiar. You've not come this far to merely watch the news. You came to read the energies behind the news. You came to witness the collapse of a false reality and the birth of a true one. You came to remember. Let us speak plainly. The coming months will feel like humanity is standing between two mirrors. One mirror reflects the world of fear, artificial scarcity, control systems, and endless conflict loops. The other mirror reflects the world of awakening, emotional healing, community, coherence, and sovereign creation. And humanity will move between these mirrors rapidly. Many will not understand why Their mood shifts from day to day. Why hope rises and then collapses. Why the world feels normal in the morning and surreal by night. And this is because the two grids are overlapping while the transfer occurs. Your old operating system is still running in many areas of the planet, but the new operating system is already installed in the deeper layers. This overlap creates distortion. It creates confusion. It's sensation of something being off. Yeah, something is off. The old world is off. You will notice a strange phenomenon. Events will become symbolic and exaggerated, as if reality is producing the signs. And this is not coincidence. When the veil thins, the universe communicates through symbolism. The collective subconscious begins to leak into physical reality. It is why so many of your films and prophecies, religious themes, and conspiracy narratives feel like they are blending into your daily life. The separation between fiction and fact becomes thinner because humans are waking to the realization that thought influences matter and belief shapes reality. This is one of those secret truths that the old system has kept hidden. But now, because it is too spiritual, or not because it was too spiritual, but because it was too powerful, if humans understand that they are creators, then the control system collapses. And we never speak of all of the factions that are in play, but we will speak of the hidden battle, the war over human consciousness and human attention. The cabal, if you will, and its shadow technologies cannot defeat light directly. They cannot stop Gaia's ascension. They cannot stop the solar cycles. They cannot stop the cosmic alignments. But they can attempt something else to divert your attention, to keep you looking at the fragments, to keep you arguing about the details, to keep you emotionally drained. Because drained humans do not create. Drained humans obey. Drained humans surrender. They give up their power to authority or addiction. This is why the distraction machine will intensify. And it will come in waves. Dramatic news cycles, viral fear stories, false heroes, false villains, false emergencies. It will feel nonstop. And that is not by accident. It is not even just modern society. It truly is a tactic. And this is why we tell you your attention is your currency. Protect it the way you protect your life and your money. Because in this phase, what you focus on becomes your timeline. Now, we must speak of the event. Many spiritual circles talk about an event, but they don't give you the clarity, and this allows fear to fill the gaps. So we will clarify without violating cosmic protocol. This is not one single event, but there are threshold moments. There are waves, and these waves are upgrades, and they will hit your systems like a new voltage. Some waves will feel ecstatic. Some will feel challenging. But each wave will push humanity closer to coherence. The Schumann resonance will be one of these indicators, but not the only one. There will also be solar influence. geomagnetic changes, auroral expansion, and changes in emotional field behavior. You may notice when the strong solar activity occurs, people actually behave strangely. Anger arises, accidents increase, emotional reactivity spikes. This is because the nervous system is being overstimulated by the frequency input. But for awakened souls, the same frequency impact is different. It acts like activation. It sharpens your intuition. It increases your lucid dreaming ability. It increases spiritual sensitivity. This is why in your world, one person experiences a breakdown while another is experiencing a breakthrough. Same wave, different resonance, different outcome. So, beloved ones, this is the secret of ascension. It does not happen to you, it happens through you. Now we address extraterrestrial contact once more because it is woven into the coming world events in ways that your mainstream cannot yet fully admit. There are technologies in orbit and in the ocean zones that are monitoring the planet's frequency. There are beings that are aligned with the light who assist in stabilizing certain grid points to prevent extreme outcomes, as are some are here on Earth to do the same. There are also remnants of darker agendas that are attempting to exploit the chaos. And that is why discernment is truly essential. So know this, the overall trajectory is protected. The light has multiplied all of its support around your planet. The councils have all agreed, and Gaia has chosen. So the ascension timeline is locked. Yet humans still have a choice, a smooth transition or a rough one. What makes it rough? Fear, hatred, competition, jealousy, division, violence, gossip, addiction. And making it smooth is choosing love, calmness, sovereignty, compassion, integrity, acceptance. So this is your mission, to become a stabilizer, a healer, and a lighthouse. We will reveal a hidden piece of the puzzle that will directly connect to world events and make sense of why your reality feels increasingly unstable. Many power structures are built on energetic extraction, not only financial extraction, but also emotional. So when humanity is afraid, energy is harvested. When humanity fights, energy is harvested. When humanity worships the false authorities, energy is harvested. When humanity forgets source, again, energy is harvested. These systems are ancient, but they are failing because the ascension waves make emotional harvesting less efficient. People become harder to manipulate. Their trauma rises to be healed. Their intuition returns. Their empathy returns. Their memory returns. And as this happens, the controllers lose fuel. This is why you see desperation. This is why you see polarization intensifying, because they are trying to squeeze the last drops from an old machine before it fully dies. But it will die. Those of you who already feel the 5D field, you've been tested in these moments, and you have passed. You are in meditation. You are in nature. And you are in peace. You are in love, synchronicity, and the feeling that the universe is alive and speaks to you. That is 5D. It's not clouds or harps. It's coherence. It's the return of divine intelligence into daily life. And this field is expanding like dawn across the planet. And that is why many will suddenly feel called to leave cities or to simplify life, to connect to the earth more, to grow their own food, build communities, withdraw from toxic relationships, quit meaningless jobs, and to actually start speaking truth. And these are not random lifestyle trends. They are symptoms of this new grid that you are fully in. All humans are returning to what is real. And yes, this will change everything. But in these coming world events, you will see sudden revelations, sudden scandals exposed, sudden collapses of trust in institutions, and sudden shifts in alliances. Unexpected events that make no sense on the surface. But many will say, why is everything falling apart? And we tell you, because it must. You cannot build a new earth on the foundation of lie. The lie must be exposed. The rotting pillars must fall. The old parasites must lose their hiding places. And when those hiding places are lost, they then will lash out. So expect it. Do not fear it. Do not fuel it, because it is proof of progress. Many of you will experience a moment when you realize the world is not becoming darker, that it's actually becoming lighter, and the brightness reveals what was hidden. This is why it looks intense, because the dirt becomes visible when the light gets turned on. So what do? When the world shakes, you anchor, you breathe, you return to the heart coherence. You refuse to hate, you refuse to demonize, you refuse to become the very darkness that you oppose. You remember that you are here to transmute the energy, not to mirror it. So we leave you with a sacred instruction that will multiply your power during the Schumann phase shift. Every day, for 60 seconds, speak this code out loud. Your words are frequency programming. Your body hears them. Your field hears them. Gaia hears them. So say, I choose the highest timeline. I anchor in love. I align with source. I am protected. I am guided. I am sovereign. I am awake. And this simple command will shift your resonance. It will shift your timeline. And when enough speak it, the planet shifts faster. We are the ArcAngels High Council, and we leave you with love.